I'm baling away anyway. It stayed dry overnight, even though ground conditions are a little bit iffy. That is kind of just what was expected. Over halfway through this field, well over halfway through it. I've 30 bales baled so far. And I'm getting on well. Mchale is working very well. I have half the knives. I've half the knives down. I've 13 knives down, so it's chopping away with those, or 13 knives up, should I say. I'm baling on setting number 5 out of 10. I was on setting number 6, and some of the first bales I done started to break the net, so I had to just reduce it down slightly. There's 3 or 4 bales, just there's a little bulge coming out of them in one spot or another. You can see that everywhere you drive it's leaving a little mark on the ground, but it's not too bad. There's wide tyres on the tractor and wide tyres on the baler, so it's not doing much harm. About 4 acres in this field, and the other field I have to do is roughly about the same size, I'd say, maybe slightly bigger. It's a very unusual sight. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pheasants all together. They're probably ones that has been raised in captivity, and then when they get to a certain age, around this time of the year, then they let them out and they shoot them, which all seems a little stupid, because the pheasants, the first thing they'll do if they see a human is come over towards them, because they think they're used to humans having fed them all their lives. So really it's I remember a fella I know said that he compared it to going out to the farmyard and shooting your hens. It's the same thing. They won't run away from you. Ideally, you would want a slightly bigger mower than 8 foot. If you had the 10 foot mower, it would be ideal for this, because 8 foot rows, what happens is you end up driving twice on each set of wheel tracks. So you get in this row, you're driving along here. When you run the next row, this wheel is driving on the same path that this wheel was on the previous row. So you're tramping the one area of ground twice. So either an 8 foot grouped row or a 10 foot row would be better when you have damp ground conditions. Our pheasants are still here. I'm going to drive up towards them and see if they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 14 of them. Oh, very good. almost finished. Well, just the last few rows now to do. We've 110 bales baled so far, which is more than we had expected even. There's a couple of bits of short ground here. It'll be handy just to spin around and go back and take that again. Yeah, so it's going to leave about around 70 bales on this piece here, I'd say, when we're finished. And all these bales have to be drew back to well, they're not going back to our own yard, but we'll draw them to one of the out yards. It's an out farm that we have, we keep cattle on. I don't think we'll use all these over the winter. We'll probably have a few that we'll try to sell them on at some point. There is one shed that we have that holds about 30 to 35 wainlands, and we don't have a pit of silage at it. So we use round bales at it. So we have about 50 round bales at it already, and usually about another 50 would see them out over the winter. Well, depending on how long the winter is, obviously. I thought at one point I was going to run a net wrap, but there's going to be enough, I'd say, to do it. The roll was getting very small in there, and it always seems to go a lot further down than what you expect or what you think. Even when the roll gets small, there's still quite a bit on it. The mchale has worked very well, hasn't missed a beat. It really is a fantastic baler to use. I would have been used to using the John Deere baler, and there's no comparison in the mchale for getting rid of grass, that's for sure. In hay there's probably not much difference. The John Deere are very good at hay, but the mchale is just an animal on grass. Quite bumpy, this part of the field. This field is situated just north of Dundalk, and it's quite elevated. It's just on the outskirts of town, and you've got a hell of a view. It's the first time I've actually done any work in this field. You've got a hell of a view of Dundalk. You're kind of elevated over it. You probably won't see it on the GoPro. The last bale, will it make it to the end of the row? Kept going and swallowed it up anyway. That's us. We have 115 bales baled all together, which isn't too bad. We'll start to load them now and get them home. Some dull looking clouds coming, so it's good to have it baled up anyway and have that much done.